Welcome everyone, it's Deronda with Foods 101. Today I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate cake. This is absolutely fantastic, fast, easy to do, and the recipe comes from the back of the Hershey's Cocoa can. The cake is back here, and the name of their cake is Hershey's Perfectly Chocolate Cake, and their frosting name is Perfectly Chocolate frosting. The ingredients you're going to need to make the cake part is 2 cups of sugar, 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of milk, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil or canola oil will do, 3/4 of a cup of unsweetened cocoa, 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. Use pure vanilla, it makes all the difference in the world. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking soda. So let's first mix the dry ingredients in a large mixing bowl along with 1 cup of boiling water, and I'll show you how to add that later. I've got the flour added into the large bowl. There was the sugar, the unsweetened cocoa powder, the salt, the baking powder, and the baking soda. Now with a whisk, we're going to really incorporate these ingredients. Now, I'll be showing you later how to make that lovely chocolate frosting. We're going to make a hole in the center. And we're going to add the milk along with that vegetable oil. I'm using vegetable oil, but like I said, you could use canola oil, the vanilla, and the 2 eggs. With a mixer on medium-high speed, we're going to mix this for 2 minutes. Your batter will be looking like this after 2 minutes, and you're just going to scrape down the side of the bowls. Now is the time to add that lovely boiling water to the mixture. Here's the boiling water, and what you want to make sure your whisk is nearby because you're going to whisk it in. Now this batter is going to be super thin, but we're just going to keep twirling it. And at this time, I've got my oven preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. See how beautiful and glossy that's getting as we whisk it along with the whisk. And my goodness, this cake is so delicious. I've made it many times before, and you're absolutely going to be impressed with how fantastic this cake is. I've also greased and floured 2 9-inch cake pans. We're evenly going to add the batter right here into our baking pans. And you can eyeball it or you can measure it out. And I think that's about 2 1/2 cups of batter in each pan. Now you can also use this batter to make cupcakes. You just line your cupcake liners in your cupcake pan and fill them 2/3 of a way full and bake them. That looks absolutely perfect. You want to shake your cake pans down because you want to get all the air bubbles out. You don't want any air bubbles in there. Now these are off to the 350 degree preheated oven for the next 30 to 35 minutes. Cakes have baked for 30 minutes, and I'm going to use a toothpick. I'm going to check it. If the toothpick comes out clean and there's no cake batter on it, then it has completed baking. Now I'm going to let these cool 10 minutes before I take them out of the pan. Time to get the cake out. I'm going to set this one off to the side, and as everybody knows me, I love using these little knives that you can get at fast food restaurants, or you can buy them at the grocery store. And we're just going to go around the edge of a cake pan. We're going to go around the edge of them both, and then we're going to shake it loose. There it is. So you can see that it's loose. And then we're going to take the cooling rack, and we're just going to flip it upside down, and ooh la la, look at that beautiful cake. Alright, then you're going to do the same to your second. Let your 2 round cakes cool completely, and I'll show you how to make that chocolate frosting. For the chocolate frosting, you are going to need 3 cups of powdered sugar or confectionery sugar, and some of you in the world may know it as an icing sugar. You're going to need 2/3 of a cup of the unsweetened cocoa powder, 1/3 of a cup of milk, 1 stick of butter, and 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Now first, we're going to use a pan. We're going to melt the butter in the pan, and we're going to stir in the cocoa powder. Over medium heat, when your butter begins melting, you're going to add all of your beautiful and lovely cocoa powder, and we're going to incorporate it until it becomes this lovely and beautiful smooth chocolate sauce. That looks absolutely perfect. Now over here in a medium mixing bowl, add your cocoa and butter mixture. I love these little spatulas because you want to make sure you get it all out of your saucepan there. Add a teaspoon of our vanilla, and then we're going to alternate the powdered sugar with the milk, about half and half, and on medium speed we're going to beat this until it's nice and thick to spread on our cake. Oh my gosh, if you could be here and smell how yummy and delicious this is. A little bit more powdered sugar we're going to add with a little bit more milk. I'm just going to alternate it until we use all of our powdered sugar and milk. Okay, until it looks like this, and look how beautiful that is. And if it gets too thick on you, you can add a little bit more milk, but when you're mixing your frosting together, you should be scraping down the sides of the bowl. Now, this is ready for those 2 layers of cooled cake. I'm adding one of my chocolate cake layers here to our cake platter. With a spoon, add about 3/4 of a cup of the frosting to the top of the cake here. Now, you can use a knife to spread this evenly to the edges of your cake. Or, like me, I like using a spoon, and I love a lot of frosting in between my cakes. That is my cake layers. Okay, and we're going to go all the way to the edge. Now we're going to add our next layer. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful that is. Alright, let's scoot it over a little bit. And now I'm going to show you how we're going to frost the edges, because we're going to start with the frosting down and bring it up. But first, you're going to add these little squares of parchment paper underneath your cake here. I'm just frosting the side of the cake, and I'm just using a regular knife. You're going to take a dollop of your frosting and bring it down. We've got a little bit more we're going to put on there. Bring it all the way down to the bottom. And see, you don't have to worry about getting it on your platter because you have these little pieces of paper that we're going to remove later once we get it frosted. Alright, and we'll get this all the way around. Oh my gosh, if you could be here and smell how yummy this is. Let me tell you, it's decadent. It's chocolate. It is rich and delicious. I've got my cake frosted all the way around the edges, as you can see there. And next, we're going to add the rest of the frosting right onto the top and start spreading the chocolate deliciousness just like that until we get the whole top covered with our frosting. Oh my gosh, it's going to be fantastic. There's my completely frosted chocolate cake. To remove these little pieces of paper, as you can see down here, we're just going to slide it out. Make sure you keep the frosting on the cake and just remove one little piece at a time. And see how beautiful that keeps your cake platter. And if you want, you can go around with a paper towel, clean up the edges, but we're just going to remove it just like that. Oh my goodness, this smells so delicious. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to let the frosting set up a little bit. There's a little bit of cake showing. You can just cover it there with your knife. And that way the frosting's going to set up. I'll cut into it I'll show you what it looks like on the inside and tell you what it tastes like. And let me tell you, boys and girls, it's going to be spectacular. Okay, off to the refrigerator. Are you ready for a slice of this Hershey's Cocoa Cake? I'm using a serrated knife with the little teeth on the edges, and we're just going to cut right into it. Now, if you want to clean your knife in between, you may. Oh my gosh, I can tell it's going to be fabulous. I've got a cake server. I'm just going to grab it, remove it, and look how fantastic that looks. I got to get me a plate to put it on. Oh, mercy. Get the cake out of the way. Oh, yeah. Looky there. Oh, my goodness. Delicious by itself. Add you a scoop of ice cream, a little dollop of whipping cream. Okay, got to give this a try, y'all. Got to give this a try. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited and it smells so delicious. Okay, got to dig in. Oh my goodness, the cake is still a little tad bit warm. The perfect chocolate cake. The frosting is so decadent. I'm going to eat the whole slice here in a little bit. I want to show you the inside of it. Look how beautiful that is. Hey y'all, if you are a chocolate cake lover, you are absolutely going to love this Hershey's chocolate cake and chocolate frosting. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I'll get y'all next time.